How's it going, guys? I just want to give you guys a little bit of a precursor into this. So I was sitting down with my buddy, who I had just met actually, and I'll mention briefly where I met him and whatnot, and that alone is its own story. But this guy was so funny that I absolutely just had to put a camera in front of him. It was too funny not to. And it's starting off. He had come to my house, and we had started talking about Star Wars of all things. And pretty much I just started the camera, halfway through a thought, because he was starting a new topic within that realm of thought, and everything that he had been saying for the previous hour was just too funny. And I'd already discussed with him about creating a YouTube channel centered around him, his comedy, how we interact, whatnot. So, anyways, I hope this is to you guys' liking, and if it seems a little just kind of like, well, why did it just jumps straight to the conversation. So that's why I put this intro in here, just to kind of explain that a little bit. So I really hope you guys like it and enjoy.
That sentence again.
Okay, so my whole thing with Star Wars, the prequels, was that there's just no magic in it. It really wasn't. What we loved so much about the original trilogy was that it was like, hey, you've got a lightsaber, swing it around, cool. Hey, you've got a little bit more of a you've got a little bit more training, you can do a few more cool shit. And it was realistic. Get the fuck away from me! That's what I do with the lightsaber. But, the first two movies, they're like, I'm doing all this cool shit. Fucking kill him! No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna swing it around a little bit.
The fight with Darth Maul wasn't really much like that, though. Well, Episode 3 definitely did do that the most. Episode 3, I mean, they literally look like they're just...
Well, they're just swinging it around, and it's like, just put two big dildos on there. You have a good fucking movie there. I watch the shit out of it.
Just two floppy dildos smacking each other.
Floppy dildos just smacking, because that's realistic. You get a big dildo, what's the first thing you do? You go and you fucking smack the shit out of somebody. You just wail on them. Everybody. That's just the first thing. You're not gonna be like, I wonder if I can fit that in my ass. Don't say that.
Oh my
First
God.
thing you do when you see one is like, who the fuck can I hit in the mouth with that? And hard. Well, yeah, I remember back in high school. What is it? One of my friends had one. Big old fucking black dildo. First thing, as soon as it pops out, somebody grabs it. Bah! Fuck you! Whoa! And that's it. Human nature is grab something that looks like a dick, slap the shit out of somebody. Think about it. I mean,
So
who
back
doesn't want to mushroom stamp somebody? Realistically, everybody wants to fuck. If you got a dick, you want to mushroom stamp the shit out of somebody. It's just human nature. It just truly is.
Hell, even women want to do it. That's why they get the strap-ons.
So exactly.
And the double-sided, that's not to actually team up with another girl.
It's not. That never.
And so that way they
happens.
can have fun with themselves and also beat the shit out of their lover.
Exactly. It's you see all this sex shit, and it's always like, what are we gonna do with that? I'm gonna fucking strap it in my car and drive around town. I'm gonna slap the shit out of people. It's not a, baby, I'm gonna warm you up. Grease this shit up and put it in you. Nobody fucking thinks that. This is gonna be fucking funny. This is gonna be really fucking funny. And then that's what you do. Just slap the fuck out of people.
Oh my God.
And that's, and Star Wars. It's really it's just that, and that's what I liked about The Force Awakens. It wasn't flagrant, just happy-go-lucky, swing your slice. I can do fucking anything. Realistically,
It was back to the roots.
It was back to the original when
which is why JJ
Sir Alec Guinness is just does this the whole time. He looks like he's got a fucking shake weight, but and that was the magic of it, was you could believe it. But in episodes 1 and 2, it's like, oh yeah, we got Ray Parks, fucking A, double lightsaber. Oh, this shit's gonna be awesome. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck you cut him up? Yeah, no. That episode 1. Every time I watch it, shing, oh shit's going down now. Nope. Let's wait for another fucking 20 minutes. Just to fucking. I mean, realistically, you've got double blade lightsaber.
Okay, but put it this way though. Realistically speaking, if a true apprentice of the dark side, which means they never become their lord because they only become a lord if they kill their lord,
No,
right?
That is not true. When the rule of 2 is made up, there were the rule of 2 were the Sith lords. It is always plural. There is the master, the one who has the power, and the one who craves it. But they are the lords, Sith lords.
Right.
There's no such thing as a Sith apprentice. It's the Sith lords.
Well, yeah, okay,
so
true enough.
you have all this shit like, back in, it's like they just announced in episode 2 whenever Yoda's meditating at the Temple of Coruscant, and it says the Force is clouded. He can't see much. The question is why? Because underneath it, during the Great Sith War, a Sith temple was erected below where now sits the temple on Coruscant. The planet is enveloped in the dark side, just as Yoda goes to Dagobah, because he killed a Sith Lord there. His tree is imbued with Sith energy. That's why he's never found. He is the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, the strongest Jedi to have walked this earth. Or, not this earth. I know, I'm a fucking retard. just to ever exist. He was the strongest. And yet he was never found. Emperor Palpatine, one of the most cunning, most badass Sith to ever exist. You can also...
Plagueis would still beat the shit out of him.
No. Plagueis had a chance, and he didn't, because he was so enveloped in his science. That was the draw, his folly. He was so enveloped in the science of creating life and of resurrection that he completely zones everything out. And Palpatine saw that. Palpatine was like, he's onto something here. He'll go jerk off in the bathroom, come back and fucking kill him. And essentially that's what happens. Plagueis killed his master by setting him up. And that's what's really neat about Sith, was that it was all cat's paws. They really very rarely did anything directly. Somebody else did it. That's why Palpatine lasted so long.
He didn't never have.
He never when he was younger, he did. He wipes out hundreds. And brutally, he just goes beast mode. It's just like, I'm just gonna fucking, lightsaber, I'm just gonna fucking kill you all. Most Sith Lords are like, no, let's wait. That's why he became one of the greatest, because he understood political power was the way of the Sith. That you can control it, you can move this over here, you can shape things the way you want them.
Right.
Hence the creation of Anakin Skywalker was created by Palpatine, using the knowledge he learned from Plagueis. And that's how we have Anakin, though if episode 8, they do that whole shit, it's going to be fucking stupid.
So wait a second, so that's going back to the before war books. You're referring to the fact that Palpatine technically created Anakin?
He did.
Now is this verified by Lucas?
This is canon. It was released in the book Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis realizes that metachlorians, or whatever the fuck, the Force can be manipulated to create life. He has I can't remember Darth Suckadick. I don't remember his name. He was a shitty Darth. Because he tries to take out Palpatine, and Palpatine's like,
really?
Really? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm incorrect on that one. It was Plagueis' master who trained him. He had a second apprentice. And he had trained him that if he died was to take out Plagueis. And Plagueis was like, I'm immune, I'm bigger than you, and my dick's way bigger. And defeats him, cripples him, takes him back to his lab, and keeps him in suspended animation. And he found out that if he could charge the metachlorian cells, that if he was able to kill him, he could bring him back. And he shares this with Palpatine. He sees Palpatine as perfection. And it's like, I want to share with you this. We can manipulate the Force to live forever. And Palpatine starts to experiment with it and realizes, this guy's fucking onto something. I'm gonna kill him. So by manipulating his own cells, he was able to regenerate, grow younger. And Palpatine starts working in a bigger picture, but not realizing what he's doing. And that effect creates Anakin, the chosen one, by creating something out of pure Force energy. So you have that going. But
so Anakin's father literally is.
Anakin has no father. He is created of the Force.
Okay.
Remember.
Because it does vaguely state that in the movies, but only in a very backwards way.
Who's his father? Because, this little 10-year-old didn't die in a pod race, which is stupid as shit. I'm sorry. You put a 5-year-old on a motorcycle, he's going to fucking die. I don't care how good he is.
Right.
But it's like, he has no father. He's just, baby bump.
But the way she explained it really kind of made it vague.
She's also, has an education of a 4-year-old. She's stupid as shit.
Right.
So let's give her that. But, they found that with manipulation of the Force surrounds everything. It is living energy, so it could be manipulated. So, as Pelagus is working with Sidious, Palpatine, he's showing us, watch this, and he kills his rival, and then resurrects him, and they realize that it's limited. They do it 5 or 6 times before his body just completely shuts down. But he's like, hey, we can do this. And Palpatine, of course, is, yeah, let's do this. And that's really what transpires to Resurrection. What the hook that he gets Anakin with. So I can save your life. And he could have saved Padme. But because he's smart as shit and realized, Padme's dumb as shit and Natalie Portman sucks. He was like, let the bitch die. Which, Anakin, run, all that shit.
And now he has no other reason to leave Sidious. With Padme out of the way, there's no reason to leave Sidious. There's
Padme,
nothing else.
Well, I think Sidious realized that Padme was the catalyst. With every great Jedi, there's only one Jedi who's allowed to marry and have a wife and love, and that's Coyote-Mundi because of his species. It's hard for them to reproduce. So he was allowed to have multiple wives and children because his species was limited. He's the only Jedi in history allowed that. So when this occurred, it was hidden from the Jedi Order, and Palpatine was like, I could fucking use this against him. Because Palpatine's smart as shit. He knew what he was doing.
Right.
So he has this going. Anakin, of course, is an idiot. Can't see, past his own fucking nose. He's just like, yeah, let's do this. And oh shit, Padme's dying. I'm gonna kill everybody. Padme's dying. Which, I'm sorry, everybody's fallen in love once. But enough that when they die, you're just gonna go batshit crazy. I'm sorry. I could jerk off in a sock for a while. I'll get over it. I'll be fine. And that's what they should see.
My first love was pretty traumatic, though.
Did you fucking kill everybody?
If I had a lightsaber and I knew how to use the Force...
If you had a lightsaber, no, that doesn't even count.
It does, though!
It
Look
does,
at Anakin! He has the Force, he has a lightsaber. If someone takes your love from you and you're capable of killing everyone with no repercussions...
Nobody took his love from him. He did it himself.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't see it that way.
And that was the manipulation behind it. That's because he's a fucking idiot.
Well, he was portrayed by an idiot.
No, he was a fucking idiot.
You really? The real Anakin was an idiot?
If you look at the way the evolution of Anakin Skywalker is, he starts out with a little slave kid, right? Oh, tough life. So is everybody in fucking Africa. Oh, that was racist. That was bad. Sorry. But, you have the slave life mentality. Okay, that's one thing. But he's brilliant. He builds an annoying as shit robot. Right? Annoying as fucking shit. That's really cool. That in your brain that should spark. Yeah, I can do something with my life. He's really cheery. Then he gets to be an apprentice of an elite order. That's like a Freemason coming up and be like, how'd you like to be a member? I'm 9. Yeah, but you get a cool ring. Sign me the fuck up.
I actually have been approached by a member.
Well, I have too, and it was in a bathroom stall, and there was a hole between us. But still, it doesn't mean anything.
No, I mean, legitimately, I actually have an open invitation.
Well, you should join, because then you can recruit me, because I want to be amazing. Anyway, the point of it is that you have a kid who's growing up with an ability. Now, every Jedi is scouted out, is seen to have an ability. In the galaxy of... We come from a mindset of here on Earth, right? That's abnormal to us. That's special to us. Even there, in, the Star Wars universe, that's still special, but it's not unheard of. Oh, cool. I get to go to NASCAR. Yay. So as he grows up, he's under one of the best teachers, Obi-Wan, who, has proven himself as a Jedi Knight. One of the youngest Jedi Knights, if I remember. Gets to do all this cool shit, and then he meets a girl. But he met the girl when he was 9, okay?
And she was 14?
Do you remember? Yeah. Are we even going to address that? Luke kissed Leia. Okay, they made out. That's one thing. She's banging a 9-year-old? I mean, not 9, but there's that age gap. Come on.
Yeah, they weren't banging at 9 and 14.
What 14-year-old looks at a 9 and be like, I want you inside me. No, but...
I don't think she did.
Oh, no.
At the end of episode 1, she does give him that look, but I think that's more of a, this kid is cool and cute.
No.
Because at the beginning of episode 2, she's just like, wow, you've grown up.
There's a scene, that, and I can't remember what I used to have it, but if you pause it, she makes this face. And that's the Armageddon Saki face.
I'm totally rewinding that and showing it again.
You should. But, you know, you have this
Show me that face. What kind of a face now?
I don't even know if I got the I want you inside me face. You're telling me you haven't gone up to a girl and you'd be like, damn, she's cute. Every guy's. I'm normally drunk or stoned as shit, but
I can honestly say I've never given that face.
Yeah, me neither. Normally it's the face like chloroform. Oh, this is gonna be a fun night. But it's just the whole evolution of Anakin Skywalker it's so jerky because it's like, yeah, kid cool, teenager cool. He's a bitch. Then he's an adult bitch. Oh, okay. We I know where this is going. I'm gonna be on the Jedi Council. You and every other motherfucker on this planet want to be on the Jedi fucking Council. Grow the fuck up. They won't make me a master. I'm a master at one thing, and that's baiting. I ain't sad. I'm not upset. It's just life. He doesn't get that reality
check. But I'm better than that.
Yeah.
I'm stronger than all of them.
Yeah, that's another big fucking mistake. I'm stronger than all of them. He hasn't arm wrestled one fucking guy to prove it.
I'm pretty sure
bullshit on that.
I'm pretty sure he's not trying to talk about physical prowess.
Doesn't matter. How do we gauge how do we as human beings gauge our strength? By acts of physical labor.
Well, not anymore. We have gone from the age of the bronze to the age of the brains, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
can you put Stephen Hawking up against Hulk Hogan?
Can you get Stephen Hawking to stand up against Hulk fucking Hogan? No, you can't.
But I'm saying, can you? Nice.
You got a jabroni, and you've got a computer with testicles. Come on. That's not even a
they both are extremely strong.
They're both
but in their own separate
area. Yeah, in different areas.
So we don't compare strength just through physical prowess anymore.
But when we look at the Star Wars universe,
there's both physical prowess, force prowess, and intellectual prowess. Yoda was specialized in 2 of them, which is why he's so fucking good. He was intellectual. But he wasn't physically very strong.
Are you kidding me? Did you see those hands? He's got gremlin claws.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of strength, even though we still don't know the name of his race.
Have we ever seen him choke somebody out? No, we have not.
Because he's so strong in the Force.
But if you remove the Force from the situation and you look at the dexterity of his fingers,
he's got none.
He does. He has. I mean, look at my finger right here. Okay, we have that much, and I'm not going to make much sense because I really don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But if you look at his fingers are extended, but they're also thick, which normally, if you look at the primate world, will show, or anything, will have muscles. Being that his size and all that, you see him do fucking flips and shit, there's muscle there. Naturally, it has to be in his fingers. How the fuck is he gonna get in the cookie jar? Huh? He's gotta reach in, grab it, a jar bigger than himself, pull off the lid and reach in a fucking cookie. It takes strength. And that's not just from the heart.
Yeah,
it's in the hands.
Yeah, except Yoda wouldn't. If he wanted a cookie and he couldn't, and the jar was bigger than him, he'd just go.
See, I don't think that's
the cookie is with me now.
See, that's what I'm thinking. If we look at Master Yoda, he never really uses the Force that much. He uses it in reserve, right? He doesn't waste it, just like when he was training Luke. He didn't use the Force around Luke much at all, if any.
Yeah, just to brace the X-Wing, actually. I think that's the only time he actually...
Yeah, he raises the X-Wing once, and that's it.
I think that's the only time he ever actually fully shows the Force.
Exactly. So we know he uses it in reserve. So when it comes to a fucking cookie, do you really think he's going to be like, I'm going to use a little Force? No, he's going to get up there and fucking get that cookie. Using his arms and his tiny nubby little feet. He's going to scramble up that thing, and he's going to get that cookie. And he's going to find out it's raisin, and he's going to be really fucking pissed.
And then he's going to pull out the lightsaber and just go fucking nuts.
He's going to Kylo Ren that shit. Start slashing.
I do have to say that was the dumbest part of that of all of episode 7. Acting like a little fucking
I can understand
flimsy bitch.
But it serves as a focal point of who he is.
Yeah, he's just rage.
He was needed.
Just cares about acting.
See, I don't think it's rage. I think it's frustration. The inability. Because he's looking up towards Darth Vader, his grandfather, and he wants to emulate that. And what happens when we want to emulate somebody powerful? We get frustrated at our inability to match it.
Now, here's one thing I have a question about, because I'm sure a lot of people have a question in regards to Episode 7. At the end of Episode 6, he is turned back from Darth Vader, and again rejoins with the Force.
Yeah.
Okay? So again, he essentially has embraced the light side. In Episode 7, Kylo Ren actually says, "Please show me again the power of the dark side." Which means Anakin had to have visited Kylo and shown him somehow.
I don't think it was.
Do you think it was just maybe the holotapes from the attack?
I think it was either the holotapes or a Force vision from Snoke.
Snoke just showing him what Anakin did?
Yes, because as we've seen with Kyle Katarn, who's of the New Jedi Order, he has almost no Force ability except for Force vision. Able to provide sensation, visual, everything else through somebody else's mind. It allows him to. He can't move shit. He can't even lift up his dick for a good day. But we see that the ability is there. So if you really want to fuck with somebody, how are you going to fuck with them? You start with them, you fuck with their head. And how do you do that best? Show them what they want to see and just tantalize them a little bit. So it's very quite possible Snoke could have done it. Or there's a second theory. We see that Darth Vader turned back to the side of light.
Right.
Remember, there's the light side and the dark side of the Force.
Right.
So somewhere, Vader still exists as a separate personality. So in death, we see the separation of both the dark and the light side of the body. Light side Anakin reappears, and we also can see that in Sith holocrons that the dark side can as well. Marco Ragnos has done that with Exar Kun. So by doing that, I think it's very well possible that Lord Vader did appear, but not Anakin Skywalker, Vader. Because remember, Vader proclaims, throughout the Clone War, one of the movies or expanded universe, Anakin's dead. I am Vader. In Star Wars Rebels, they bring back Ahsoka Tano, and she faces off against Vader, and she realizes it's Anakin. And she breaks his mask off, and there's that moment of Anakin comes back. We even see that again with Kylo Ren when confronted by his father. There's always the two personalities playing at the same time, one vying for power. So when Ahsoka's fighting with Anakin, he has a moment where Anakin comes out and says, "Help me." And she's like, "Annie, how can I help you?" And then it's like, "Anakin's dead. I am Vader." So Vader takes control. There's no more Anakin. Only until the moment before death is the light side Anakin Skywalker able to reemerge. I think that once one becomes imbued, if one starts with the Jedi Order and converts to Sith, I think for self-sustainability, the Force will allow a split personality within the brain, within the being. You have the light side, whereas it may be dormant. There's that chance. That's why they're always trying to convert him back. Come back to the light side. You can be good.
But the only thing there is that at the end of Episode 6, Vader's still very much Vader.
Oh yeah, he's still.
But he also still talks to Luke, and he says, "Thank you, my son." In other words, he's saying, "You help me finally see the darkness as darkness and no longer light. So thank you." He's still fully Vader, but now he's also fully Anakin again.
I don't think he's fully Anakin. I think it's the emergence of the secondary personality. We see it peeking through, even though it's tainted. It's still covered. Take up light, take like a light bulb right up there. Put a sheet over it. It changes color, but that light is still there, and it is still, the original color of light. We just have something covering it. It shines through. That light up there, for those who can't see it, has a cream glass cover over it. Whereas I see cream, I know that underneath it is, the light bulb is fucking white or whatever the fuck. So,
I think we roll with LEDs around here, dude.
Well, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't live here. I don't study your whatever the fucks. But
no, is that the science-y term for it?
It is. I went to MIT. That's how we classify now. The whatever the fucks. we have a dormant personality, and that's I think what allows Vader to throw Palpatine was the catalyst of his son being tormented. Remember, Anakin has never seen Luke Skywalker
Right.
until their first confrontation
Right.
on the Death Star in Episode 4. That's the first time he lays eyes on him. May not recognize him, but he lays eyes on him. There we have the beginning of the first spark. As it progresses, as he has more interaction with Luke Skywalker, we are seeing a reemergence of his dormant personality, the Anakin Skywalker. As as Luke is being electrocuted with Force lightning, we see there's a moment when Darth Vader, kind of
He's looking back and forth, back and forth. You can tell he's tormenting.
Yeah, you can see the ignition, the firing up of Anakin Skywalker. The light side begins to emerge and is combating it. And even when he's, he hoists him up, he's all upset. He hasn't gotten hard fucking years. It's like when you first have sex.
Oh God.
It's an explosion. I mean, come on. Every kid in fucking high school, your heart beats your heart beats fucking fast. Okay, there's an explosion, there's the ignition, there's that drive, there's that madness. So as Anakin is starting to emerge, the madness builds up. It starts to fester, boil, and then snap. Anakin prevails. He becomes back. Secondary personality, dark side, Darth Vader, is diminished. Not gone, diminished.
Right.
And then that allows him to do the final act, the final sacrifice.
And technically bringing balance to the Force at the very end.
Bringing balance to the Force. And
still technically, here's the one thing I have. It says that he would bring balance for the Force, but it also says, and destroy the Sith. The Sith also have the same prophecy, but it says bring balance to the Force and destroy the Jedi.
Right.
But how do you bring balance if one side wins and the other side loses? Unless there's a balance between the two.
Exactly. There's a book series called The Night Watch by Sergei Lukienko. And it's essentially... There's the good guys and the bad guys, witches, wizards, all that shit. But there's a balance that they have to maintain, a legal balance. Whenever one becomes more powerful, an entity is created to equal it out, no matter what. So what gets to me is that the Jedi and the Sith both, they look at things in time frames. They see, here comes Anakin, it's going to happen soon. They don't look at the long picture. That's where the Sith really get at the Jedi, as being closed-minded. Even though the Jedi try to monitor the Force is flowing through time and space. Even Yoda is able to see glimpses of past and future.
Right.
Unable to decipher it. That's what it is. The Sith are like, we can't really figure it out, so fuck it. The Jedi are like, no, it's going to happen now because this is what we see. They don't really go, maybe, maybe not, it could be a lie. They're just so close-minded to it. And that's what causes the Sith to be like, I'm going to fuck this bitch. I'm going to go fuck them. It's like a guy going after some dude's wife. When he knows that the husband's always fucking gone, he sees that opportunity. And he fucking goes for it. Same with the Sith. They wait. That's why the Sith is, in my opinion, more powerful than the Jedi. Because they are patient.
They're more cunning. Doesn't necessarily mean they're more intelligent. They're just more
I didn't say intelligent. I said patient. There's a difference.
But
I'm not intelligent, but I am patient. And it allows more opportunity. The longer you wait, the more you're able to see a situation. The Jedi act. The Sith lie in wait. That's what happened with the Great Sith War. They waited till their numbers were great. And they monitored. They watched. They waited. The Jedi didn't do that. The Jedi they go and intercept. They see the problem. What the fuck's going on here? Calm down, guys. We'll take care of this. And that was the problem. One of the greatest things with political power or any power, is being able to use others for your own means.
Right.
The Jedi never saw that.
No, because they see that as manipulation, which is a bad thing.
Right. It's all up to interpretation. But the Sith were like, we could run with this. Palpatine did that with Anakin. He waited. He egged him on a little bit, but he waited. And that's what allowed him to become one of the most influential and powerful Sith in the history of the universe. And that's why Anakin couldn't do that. Anakin was rash. We see this. Anakin
Yeah.
still has the Jedi training, the rashness, the ability to jump into a conflict and make a snap decision.
But he also has that on the dark side too.
He does.
It's kind of mixed.
But it
That's-
was very
Hence
restrained.
episode 2 with the Sand People. And
Well, he wasn't in the dark side yet.
that
He
was
was-
his
he
first
was-
step into it, though.
It was his first
because
step.
that was fully embracing rage and anger
it
and
was.
just acting out like a little child. But
Exactly, and we see that again with Kylo Ren. But the thing is Kylo Ren isn't Sith.
no, he's not. He's not recognized as Sith yet. In fact, they're still seeing it as mumbo jumbo religious shit.
Well, no, they're not. The Jedi. I mean, the
not
First
them.
Order is.
The First Order does.
But the thing is
and we saw that in episode 4 through 6 as well. That was an old archaic religion.
See, one of the things that makes me kind of wonder about it was Michael Crichton's The Lost World.
The book, not
book,
based on the fucking
not
movie.
The fucking shit movie. Even though Jeff Goldblum is a bronze god. I'm sorry. Who doesn't want to see him without a shirt on? I know I will.
I don't want to now, for sure.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to see him when the new Independence Day comes out?
I hope he's only wearing underwear in that movie.
Yeah. You're hoping he's not even wearing that.
I
be
don't.
honest.
I really don't. And I want him to talk and shit and articulate.
Well, do you see that
The world will find a way to fuck this bitch. Now, you can woo her. You can
you can
buy
swoon
her
her?
flowers, or use one of the things that I like to use, chloroform. Chloroform makes it willing. But anyway, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, they go to a different site with dinosaurs, but they realize that when they were engineering the dinosaurs, that a virus or some shit got into the food, and it caused a lysine deficiency, which decreased the lifespan. Now, as they're monitoring a pack of velociraptors, they find that they're violent and uncontrollable, and just vicious, more vicious so than any predator. And it's because they don't have an elder, something for an older one to teach them. And we see that with Kylo Ren. We see outbursts, immaturity.
Yeah.
On like a dick level. And so we have to ask with that, why? Because he does not have
A proper
guidance.
Well, he has Snoke.
No. He has Snoke through a hologram.
It maybe, and that's okay. So, one last question because I'm gonna have to turn this into a video, and we're already at half an hour. So, Emperor Snoke. You and I, on a personal level, have decided that it's not Darth Plagueis. That can't be Darth Plagueis. But who do you, in the behind the scenes? Snoke is obviously pulling the strings.
I haven't seen any of the. Are we talking about behind the scenes footage or just like?
No, behind the scenes of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So the behind he's pulling strings behind the scenes, so to
Right.
speak. So do you think Emperor Snoke is trying to become the teacher to the apprentice, or do you think he is actually being controlled by someone else? And where do you think Emperor Snoke's final line is going to be? What is he? Who is he? Is he, if he's not Darth Plagueis, like so many theorists are trying to say, even though Disney pretty much already said, no, I don't give a fuck what the books say. Darth Plagueis isn't coming back. We're not going to have Emperor Palpatine come back 32 times. That shit
like
doesn't
I did,
happen.
but-
No, right, the clones. But anyways,
I bet a circle jerk would be awesome.
oh my god, just Sith lightning galore. So, anyways,
There goes Texas.
What or who is Snoke? We know the species because they've actually.
We don't know the species.
Of Snoke.
We don't.
I thought they already. He's the same species as Plagueis.
He exhibits a likeness to the Mune, but we don't know. It hasn't been verified yet.
True.
In my opinion.
Okay.
Okay, so who is Snoke? We only see him for maybe a cumulative of maybe 20 to 30 seconds. And it's just an instruction in the first bit, and then it's bring him to me. So whenever we see with ancient Sith teaching, the master will send off his apprentice to train for periods of time. Okay, we can understand that part. But the problem is we don't see any of that training in fruition. We don't see it bear fruit with Kylo Ren.
No.
Even in the first bits of training, as soon as they construct a lightsaber, they are killing machines.
Right.
Kylo Ren is not that.
No, yeah, especially because of black dude.
Well, yeah, he can't kill. He hasn't killed fucking Finn,
Yeah.
and he can't hold off against. Pardon, and not being sexist, a girl who just for the first time learned how to turn on a goddamn lightsaber. Even Luke Skywalker fucking looks in the barrel of the goddamn thing. My point is that with the Sith, they have always been devoted to their teachings. Even though they want to tweak how they do it, they follow the teachings to it.
Right.
We're not seeing that with Snoke.
No. But he is definitely force sensitive,
is-
and he wants the dark side more than any other.
So
is he just another ascribing dark force user then?
I'm wondering if he is force sensitive.
No, he
We
even
have-
says, I felt a disturbance somewhere else, and that was before Kylo knew of Rey.
Even Leia has felt a disturbance, but she has.
But she's force sensitive.
We have seen no proof of it outside of the books.
Yeah, true enough. Okay.
There's been no exhibiting it because think about it. In the book series, in Legends, she
No,
becomes.
that's wrong. Actually, I'm sorry. That is technically wrong. She does exhibits understanding of the Force, not full understanding, but when Han dies,
She feels.
she definitely feels it. That's only through Force sensitive people in the Star Wars universe. We
Not necessarily.
think that we feel it when someone we love truly dies,
There are-
but in the Star Wars universe, the only people that truly felt it, especially in Episode 3, was Yoda. And any other time something like that happens, that's when they feel it.
See-
so she shows it there, and in Episode 6, she knew that Luke was still okay and had gotten out of the Death Star.
But
And she
it's
just
not-
somehow knew.
But again,
Okay. So at the end of the end of Episode 6.
so okay, we have that there, but I mean, it's not explicitly said.
No,
feel
it just
through the
but it does
Force.
allude that she has some Force sensitivity.
But even if she was force sensitive, she should still be able to dictate wartime navigation. Force battle melts are common amongst force sensitives. They're able to create a mental web and subliminally dictate a battle.
Right.
So why haven't we seen this with her war with the First Order, or any of that?
With Snoke.
With Snoke, how come she hasn't felt Snoke? How come she can't find Luke?
Well, how come Luke hasn't done anything about Snoke? How come Rey didn't do anything with? How come she couldn't feel
here's
Snoke?
the thing.
How come no one felt Snoke? Now, and on Snoke, I have another question there. Why is the First Order so intent on following Snoke? And if anything, Kylo is seen as not important in the eyes of the First Order, but Snoke is.
Who led the Empire? Who led the Empire?
Palpatine.
Palpatine. Okay.
Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor Palpatine was a hidden Force user. The main primary Force user that was the front man of the Empire was
Vader. Okay, I see.
So I would
So it's
guess
kind of
that-
playing the same strings.
Exactly.
You have the man who controls the giant violent machine that wields the lightsaber.
Snoke has not exhibited Force anything.
So that's why the people can relate to him and
People follow
appreciate him more.
because he is, and I mean, if he is Mune, the Mune is a huge banking clan. They hold sway across the galaxy, even
So
to the outer
even
regions.
that would make more
That
sense.
would make more fucking sense because he has that ability. We have a Force user, Kylo Ren. Now the Force is all but almost non-existent. The Jedi Temple.
Hence why lightsabers, rebuilding a lightsaber is so hard,
Exactly.
and why Kylo had to go with that
Well-
barely held in place Force.
Well,
saber.
you know what's funny is they have now incorporated the crossguard as an ancient tool
Yeah,
in the ancient battles, as a common as shit thing back in the ancient days.
yeah.
They find that Ezra Bridger finds one and ignites it. It's green and then it dies out. So I don't even really fucking remember what we were talking about. But
Snoke.
Snoke is, in my opinion, if we were going to go with the Plagueis theory, it matches perfectly. Darth Plagueis is attacked by assassins. He has these like razor-like devices shot into him. It destroys his jaw and parts of his skull. What do we see with Snoke? A fucked up mug and a fucked up noggin.
Yeah.
It matches. Now, we should see more damage. Why don't we? Pelagus studied regeneration.
Right. And wasn't it now who was the Sith Lord that only held his body together by the sheer will of the Force?
I believe it was Marco Ragnos.
Okay.
It's after he had died. He was one of the only Sith to be able to come into creation.
Yeah.
Again, just hey guys, you come in. And
No,
even
I'm talking about the one that was sliced to bits and fucked up beyond all recognition. Only his pure hatred held his body together. And
Darth Sion?
Huh?
Was it Darth Sion? The one from Knights of the Old Republic 2?
No, this is book lore. This is book lore.
Fuck, I'm not sure. Because I know...
Well, I guess it's no longer considered lore, but...
It's legend.
Yeah.
But I think what we see with Sith only is that they're able to manifest into a physical form. To a point. We've seen it with Marco Ragnos. We've seen it with Darth Sion. We've seen it with Exar Kun. They come back and they fuck shit up. We do not see that with Jedi at all.
No, they just become a ghostly thing in love with the Force.
Yeah, and they're like, hey man, you wanna take a talk over here, buddy? Got Yoda over here.
All right, so we gotta wrap this up for our viewers because it's gonna be a pretty long video.
It's gonna be an interesting first.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I think Snoke matches Pelagus to a T, or at least Immune. Now Immune have an extended neck. We haven't seen evidence of that yet, but we very well fucking can. They have it open. It is canon. Pelagus and Munes are canon. The possibility is there. Another theory going around is that it's actually the child who speaks to Anakin. He says, Master Skywalker, can I have some more? And then he's just like, we're gonna pop up a body. You know, he's gonna chop up Billy. They think it could be him because the faces look very similar, just one's fucked up. But then again, that would err to Anakin not doing his fucking job as Darth Vader. Which, I mean, come on, it's a giant black penis. He's not going to do the job very well.
All right. So next week, I think, what do we want for... So,
I think...
I'm actually going to jump in front of the camera, too.
Oh! God damn. Let's go
Because I'm just probing questions right now. But, first of all, I guess an introduction should be in order.
I think that would be
and I'll let you go first since I was the one video recording you for the most part. And I'll be in more of these videos as well, guys. But
I'll go first. You've turned it to you, so go on.
It's both of us.
Well, come here. Let's get in close.
All right.
Let's make this real friendly.
Yeah, what's up? All right, so I'm Jeremy Dunham. I have a couple of other...
Just keep talking.
Oh my
It's beautiful when you talk.
I have a couple of other channels as well, mainly just me gaming, and then I own an IT business, and I've posted a whopping one video to that. But Jeremy Dunham, I definitely love controversy, Star Wars. I'm a giant geek and nerd, hence the IT business and gaming channel.
Yeah.
But and my wife is probably never going to be on camera. But
and I'm still surprised he's married.
And thanks. She's almost as big of a geek as me. And then Jordan I met at Hastings for the episode 7 release on Blu-ray.
You should note I was foul. My mouth was foul enough that children had to leave.
Did it really? I didn't know about
kids,
that part.
Did you notice they left? We had a little conference table. We were all just shooting the Star Wars shit. Little kids, their parents had to leave because I was getting pretty offensive.
That's when I got the idea that I had to stick a camera in front of this dude.
Yeah.
So anyways, why don't you go ahead? Okay, so first of all, yeah, I do got to say this. I'm 29 years old. I currently...
Hold on. First off, it's not a fucking dating profile.
No shit. But 29 years old, I live in Missoula, Montana. So kind of a little shit stick of a fucking place, but... we still do what we can where we can, and hopefully the videos will only continue to get better as I get new equipment and whatnot. I'm just kind of the computer guy, bring up questions. I will be in more of the videos. I'm also Jewish, which that's going to play into one of our future videos, by the way. Love controversy. I have a couple of friends that I'm going to be bringing in. Jordan here, I don't technically know what you want to identify yourself as, or even if you want to give that away in this one. But I'm Jewish, one of my friends is agnostic, and another one is fully atheist. And we are going to get together and have the great debate. And I'm going to make sure that I get all of that on camera.
I'm going to make sure I'm the master debater.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I'm Jordan. I'm a chronic masturbator. I do like sex. I like long walks on the beach. And
Thought we're not doing the
and I
banging
have a
video.
gentle touch. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. No, I'm Jordan, Star Wars fan. I like geeks, and you know,
are a geek too. Come on now.
I really fucking am. You know, God created me on for one reason. I was to piss people off. And if you haven't seen my testicles dangling in front of you yet, then you're in for a real treat. But no, we're gonna have lots of fun. Make sure you tune in, tell your friends, tell your children. Make sure the little kids stay up late for this one, because we will be talking about things that you want them to learn here, not at school. Okay?
Right?
I'd rather learn
God.
from two
Too
large
complete.
nerds, who one is surprisingly married and the other one, and no, I am divorced, so I guess I was married. So anyway, that really doesn't fucking matter, so fuck yourself for even giving a shit. Tune into our shows, and if you don't, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to fondle your chin, and I might give you soft, sweet kisses behind your earlobes.
If you guys have any ideas for upcoming videos, please in the comments below leave what you guys want to see us talk about.
Yeah.
Because this guy is
And,
funnier than hell, and I haven't really
try.
added much to this video, but
Well, you asked questions. That was really good. I can't ask questions. So,
you're incapable of it, huh?
I really am. Ask me a question. No. There you go.
So,
Can't even ask my kids a question. Coral, dude, fuck it. That's just how it is.
so I gotta say the typical thing, but like and subscribe if you guys like it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
And help us think of a name, because fuckwad doesn't go over well with senior citizens.
Yeah, we need a name. Anyone, submit your name
And
suggestions.
if you don't, you'll see pictures of my nipples everywhere.
All right.